Everyone calls Peterbot a cheater because of his insane ability, but what if I told you there was plays he does that you can copy and get as good as Peterbot? The first fight actually doesn't go so well for Peterbot. He gets really scuffed, but you're going to see how he still wins it. Here I think he makes a mistake, goes on a left hand peek, and he edits even when it's not safe. Sometimes you can edit quick enough, which is what Peterbot does, and the player won't have time to react, but there the player did, and that was a misplay. I do think though Peterbot realizes his heals are really low here, so his best option isn't to, let himself heal up and let the other player heal up, because the player could have more meds and he'll be stacked. So sometimes if you know you and other player are both weak, you just gotta play aggressive before they can actually heal up. As you can see there, that he's trying to pop bigs. Peterbot knows he has more heals, so he has to keep putting the pressure on, because anyone can beat Peterbot if he has no HP and yourself has 200, even though we all know Peterbot can still touch up that. And you're gonna see here, how does he win when he's so scuffed? Here this player makes a mistake of going back into his own edits, and at that stage, I like the way here Peterbot isn't just jumping in. Obviously he's scuffed, yeah, he needs to win this fight quick, but he still was playing angles, which is the biggest thing to learn from that fight. He, even though it was scuffed, could panic and jump in. He doesn't. He played the angles really well and he won that fight. Again, Peterbot is on the back foot here. He's got to heal up before this guy gets to him, but he doesn't greed it. And the second he can, he gets a bit of damage on the player, which is crucial to slow him down and to make him think. Again, I like this. He's playing angles and he's also watching the player through the builds. Gets the amazing piece control. Doesn't jump in the box again. Make sure he plays it slow and stays outside the box, gets a good shot, and then just finishes up the fight really well. Main thing there is predicting where the player was going to move and not jumping into the box. After watching this fight, you will survive so much more times when you get into a mid-game fight. Here, Peterbot just trying to rotate, and this guy tries to catch him off guard. Thing is though, Peterbot won't let that slide, and he's going to use all the smart things he knows. First of all, really hard to fight someone when they're moving around the whole place, and that exactly is what Peterbot is doing. Guy does try to catch him off guard. Peterbot doesn't panic. He catches himself, looks immediately for that defensive shot, and I really like that angle. Staying high on the cone, not having his head in place, and just being able to shoot the player's toes. Now, player is trying to get some heals off. Peterbot trying to catch him on his own edits, and damn, really misplay by that player to go back to where Peterbot's edits were, and that's exactly why he dies. Guys, the reason why that guy died there was he probably panicked. I doubt he thought that was a good idea, and honestly, to not have that happen to you as much, panicking and making mistakes like that, you just need to, honestly, I play more creative maps, practice a lot of fighting maps, and you'll get used of not making plays like that. That fight is how you defend when you get caught off guard, but this is when you're trying to play aggressive. You're going to learn a lot about playing aggressive from this fight. Peterbot got the starting advantage, exactly what you want to do, and again, playing double edits from above and not dropping into the box. The shot, that's just some good aim, but aim is honestly one of the easier things to do in Fortnite than fast mechanics of Peterbot. And you'll see a lot of times it's not fast mechanics he's doing. That's exactly why you have a chance. I like the way there he goes for the wall that is open, and that allows him to pressure the opponent and get the kill. I hope you are learning a lot about how to fight like Peterbot in this video, and it doesn't stop there. Now, this fight does go on for a while. It's a bit chaotic, but there's lots to learn. This guy, Peterbot, is actually fighting probably the best opponent so far in this Soda Cash Cup that we are VOD reviewing. Here, Peterbot, fortunately doesn't hit his shot there, but you can see like he does respect his opponent. Again, he's just not jumping in. He's playing smart. He's keeping an eye on his opponent, and something that like looks so hard to fight Peterbot because of how much he's moving. See there, look, he doesn't go into that place to fight. One, the player would have had his own edits on him, so that's probably why Peterbot changed his angle. Here, I really like the way he gets that counter piece control. He doesn't ever stay on just a pyramid without having a wall not to one side of him. So if the player did edit on him, he he wouldn't be able to get out. I really like that pre-fire, waiting for the opponent to edit and punishing him. Opponent trying to get the defensive shot, Peterbot just takes it and gets a nice really kill. Biggest things to learn there was the pre-fire and the counter piece control, and then just keeping an eye on the opponent, so then when he even does try to get an attack on Peterbot is just ready and wins. Because of replay mode bugging, we don't get to see how Peterbot gets the advantage here, but we do get to see how he finishes a fight when he has a health advantage. He gets in. Sometimes when you do have the health advantage by a lot and you know the player's weak, it's good just to finish a fight quickly, just to jump in. Because if you finish fights quickly, sometimes there will be less likely a third party will come and make your life misery. I thought there was going to be nothing to say about this fight, but actually I noticed something interesting. See the way the third party there was to the left? Don't you find it interesting how Peterbot, he's always going from the right hand side? And that could be because the third party wouldn't be able to shoot Peterbot, but he would be able to shoot this guy, so then they could pinch him together and Peterbot would be the one who benefits the most. So please be conscious in these mid-game fights and end-game fights, where is the third party? And also let's just take notice of the bat. Be careful guys, you don't want to be too close to some opponents, especially if they have the bat this season, because they'll put you out of the home run and strike you out. Nice little just edits there by Peterbot. Player was weak, panicking, and Peterbot got himself another kill. So now it's time to learn how to fight in endgame by watching Peterbot. See the way he spots that wall is open? I really like this play. He knows when it's reset, it's going to be one shot. Instead of taking it, just destroy it and get an easy shot, because the opponent will not expect it. And that is such a smart play that you need to copy in endgame. You see an opponent that opens a wall and you can get a sneaky angle on them. Just pickaxe it and immediately get the shot. Don't take it, because they might be able to react in time. But if you just shoot, you will get the advantage and potentially get an easy refresh. When people watch Peterbot or other pro players, they'll see them do edits and get easy kills and wonder, why doesn't it work for me? But there's logic. Peterbot edits on this guy because he's not going to be able to react to him in time. He wasn't looking at Peterbot, so Peterbot just got himself an easy refresh. This guy gets into box and Peterbot, he just uses his amazing aim. At the end of the day, sometimes pros just having that talent will get kills like that, but that should not demotivate you, because you've seen in this video there's actually lots of plays that Peterbot does that you can copy. This guy's weak, so Peterbot has the advantage, and guess what? He doesn't panic, hits an easy shot, and now it's a 2v1, popping the chug jug, because smart play, give himself as much as advantage that he can. So if it is a 50-50, he might win. I like that. Drops on the player and he knows the player isn't aiming a pump on him. Gets the high ground, gets a bit of a tag, takes cover, lets the guy die storm. And it's just genius play by Peterbot. Guys, watch this video if you want to get even better at Fortnite. Thanks for watching and goodbye.